I went from $0 to $1,000 a day on a brand new Shopify dropshipping store in just 13 days. All right, so here's the dashboard. It is currently January 8th, and I have the last 30 days pulled up. I'll refresh it quickly. So as you can see, we created the store on December 20th. We had 0 sales. Ads didn't go live yet. And on the 21st is the first day we actually had those ads go live. Then we kept on scaling. We went down a bit, but by January 5th, we hit the $1,000 in a day. And then since then, we've just scaled upwards and we will continue to do so. So I feel like I'm gonna put my phone down, but I feel like there are 3 main things that sort of contributed to the success of this store. The first one is pretty obvious, but I guarantee you if you sit down and you reflect, you'll realize that you're not really doing this or you could do it better. And that is literally just figuring out the work that you are avoiding and just stop avoiding it, okay? For me, I literally love doing everything apart from creating advertisements or creatives. I would create a solid website, create email flows, do hours of product research. The one thing I absolutely hated and tried avoiding the most was creating creatives. So when I made this new store, I told myself, instead of absolutely avoiding this, I'm gonna make it one of my top priorities. I'm gonna really dive in on creatives and spend a lot of time in research, creating the scripts, creating the actual ads. And I feel that's what really took this store to the next level. And then off that, the second thing is creatives, okay? I think a lot of you probably know that they're very important. I did even when I was avoiding them, but they are the first touch point with your customer, and you cannot have that be a bad experience. If you want your brand to scale to $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, you need to really invest in your creatives and spend a lot of time, not just creating them, but also doing the back end research on what your customer desires. Like, what is your product actually solving? What do they want? For instance, they might want to lose fat, okay? But then also they might want to lose fat without a diet, or they might want to lose fat without going to the gym. You need to figure out what that actual desire is and really narrow it down and speak directly to that customer and position your product as the solution to that desire, okay? Your product needs to be seen as the best solution that they could get for your product, and the creative is the way to do that. If you're avoiding creatives as I did, you're not going to be able to scale. You cannot scale through a shitty creative. You cannot scale through a stolen creative, okay? A big thing I realize is that you cannot treat your website or dropshipping store as just a normal dropshipping store. You need to treat it as an actual brand. Your dropshipping store is a brand. The only difference between you and like these other brands you see online is that they hold inventory and they ship the products themselves. So only difference is that you don't hold inventory and you just have a third party ship the products for you, but everything else is the same. You need to make your product seem like the solution to their needs, and you need to create a whole brand around it, okay? And the last thing is just, again, another obvious one, but just continue learning. I drove like 400K in revenue all via TikTok ads. And then for the past couple months or so, it's been very stagnant. It honestly has not been working much. So I was like, I've literally been following the same exact process for months now. It's like Einstein said, like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. That's what I was doing. I was creating my stores the exact same way. I was running my ads the exact same way. Yes, you need to do a shit ton of product research and test a shit ton of different products. Like, I've launched over 50 stores now, but you still need to continue learning. Like, just 2 weeks ago, I went into Facebook ads, or 3 weeks ago, and it's been killing it. Before I was only TikTok, I just limited myself to that. And then when I started learning this whole new platform, I started seeing so much more success. Like, yes, you might have a lot of knowledge, but you need to continuously just continue learning and expanding on that knowledge. But yeah, there's so many more things that I learned. I just wanted this to be a quick video, and I guess I'll remake this video when I'm hitting 10K a day. I'll do 0 to 10K a day or 1 to 10K a day. So I'll see you guys then.